The federal government has responded to immense threats to unleash terror on the country. Addressing a news conference in Abuja, the Minister of Information, Mr. Labaran Mako, made it clear that this is not the time for any group to threaten the peace and unity of the nation. Men had threatened to return to the creeks and destabilize the country following the conviction of its leader, Henry Okah, by a South African court on terror charges. But the minister appealed to Nigerians to work with the federal government to sustain the peace being enjoyed in most parts of the country. Mr. Mako also responded to some statements credited to the World Bank Vice President for Africa, Obi Ezekwesili.
The Minister of Information, Mr. Labaran Mako, at a news conference in Abuja. The minister reacted to the threat by the Movement for the Emancipation of the Niger Delta MEND to unleash a campaign of terror over the conviction of Henry Okah in South Africa.
Henry Okah was tried in South Africa under the due process of the laws of the Republic of South Africa and was found guilty of committing acts of terrorism. The South Africans convicted him. It would be very shocking if any Nigerian or any group of Nigerians would take this against their own country. What we expect at this time is that all Nigerians should show a higher level of patriotism and commitment to our country. We cannot live in a nation where we will abandon the law.
Reacting to the statement made by a former vice president of the World Bank over allegations of squandering the nation's external reserves, Mr. Mako describes the statement as inaccurate.
The statement by the former World Bank vice president that the governments of President Musa Yar'Adua and Goodluck Jonathan have squandered $67 billion in reserves, including 45 billion in external reserves and 22 billion in the excess crude account left by the Obasanjo administration at the end of May 2007 is factually incorrect. At the end of May 2007, Nigeria's gross reserves stood at $43.13 billion. It is fallacious to say that the nation's external reserves were dipped into or misapplied by the federal government. It is important to note that the federal government cannot dip its hands into our reserves.
With an acknowledgement that Nigeria still faces some challenges, most of which were built over a long period of time, the Minister of Information appealed to those who have been privileged to serve the nation to desist from making statements that are untrue.